What kind of bloody phoning is this?
What are you on about?
I've been trying to ring all night. You can't get through on this bloody number. Now, do you want to know about the death penalty or not?
Yeah, listen, you tell us about the death penalty.
Let's start with them Extinction Rebellion people in London. What the bloody hell's going on? They're getting the knockers out 1 minute, then the naked the next, smashing windows the next. Scotty, we've got to stop this nonsense. This country's on its knees.
The country's on its knees, and we need to rid ourselves of the baddies. But I don't know that demonstrators should get a hanging.
Oh, you've gone soft. I used to listen to you when you were on that century.
Yeah.
Great down there. Now you've gone also. These people are causing trouble and making us look like bloody idiots, Scotty.
Right. So your answer is that have it there as a deterrent.
You have to make an example of these people. They'll keep showing off. Have you noticed? I think they're all out of work actors in the West End, smashing windows 1 minute, showing the private part. Why do they need to be naked, Scotty? Explain to me.
Nobody needs to show us their bits because nobody's interested.
Could I tempt you to go on OnlyFans, Scotty?
No. I tell you, you cannot.
What's going on in this country? 1 minute, right. You look down to London. You don't know whether you're coming. I wouldn't go down there with a shithole. I'm not being naughty. Are you allowed to swear on here?
Well, no, we'd rather you didn't, but we understand your description.
I'll call it a muckhole.
Right.
You know why? Lefties. You need to talk about these bloody lefties. They're encouraging these people for 2 weeks. They've brought the capital to a halt. You wouldn't have them up in Scotland. I bet you have sent all them lot down there to cause trouble in our London.
Now tell me this. See, when you talk about lefties, are lefties not the ordinary working man?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Have you lost your mind? No, these are university people. They're people who've got too much money, too much time, and too little sense. What we've got to start doing, we only need to hang a couple of them, and trust me, then they'll all stop. You have to say, if you're going to smash the windows, whether you don't like HSBC or any of these places, you can't go around smashing the bloody windows. Then the next minute, they're stopping middle of Trafalgar Square. There they are, setting up all their crap. Oh, sorry, I've sworn again.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you've done it right. Go on.
Sorry about that. Sorry, I apologise.
You're a shocker. Now listen, tell me this. This is very important. So are you saying that lefties are a different breed? You see, there's a crowd of university students want to remove statues of Sir Francis Drake and Lord Nelson.
Only an idiot would remove any statue. They're there for a bloody reason. Listen, I've been saying for months, right? You know how they don't in Bristol? They knocked that statue down.
Yes,
didn't they? Right? They chucked it in the thing.
They chucked it into the Severn.
University down because the lefties want to be educated. If we're going to knock down the Colston statue, here's what I say: knock down Liverpool. That was built by all the slaves, wasn't it?
Well, you'd have to knock down Glasgow and Bristol as well.
Correct. Mind you, it might do a few improvements. You know what I'm saying?
No, we can't go there. But you'd have to knock down Edinburgh. You'd have to knock down Aberdeen.
There is a double standard, though. You see, they don't understand these lefties. They're obsessed.
You'd have to knock down London. You'd have to knock down London.
And knock down the old country and build it again. I noticed they haven't been to Leicester. Have you noticed that?
No, very, very interesting. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, 10,000 of them there working on £2 an hour. They couldn't care less. What they're going to do, waste their time going to London, getting the knackers out, standing there naked in the street with all placards all over them. We only got to hang a couple of them, Scotty, and that'll be the end of it. We'll just teach a couple of lessons, and trust me, they'll be out the way. Then London can get back. Let's go. We can't have all these people causing trouble.
So what you're saying is make an example of these people.
Yes, we must. And the thing is, once there's a deterrent, once people have fear, then they won't start pissing about, oh, I've done it again. I'm sorry.
Stop!
Sorry about that.
Stop. We're all very, very polite on here.
I'm sorry about that. But
no.
It stops people messing about. I won't say pissing about again. If they're not messing about, you see, you can't allow people to get the better of us, because then they'll do it again and again. For 2 weeks, these people have got nothing better to do, booing and crying as if they're more important than you and I. We've got to stop them immediately, Scotty. And the only way, hang a couple of them in the middle of Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square. You'll soon see them all clear off to where they came from, their £1 million mansions with their university parents. They'll be taking the private helicopters, flying home and all this.
Right.
Show offs.
So you're saying that what we've got is a new bourgeoisie.
market, and they all think they're a victim. They're not the victim. These are very rich, powerful people. And what you've got to understand is they're hypocrites. And that's the biggest thing we need to start hanging in this country. Hypocrites. Politicians, celebrities, and them dopey people who want to start taking the clothes off and smashing windows, pretending they want to save the planet. That Greta Thunberg, oh my God, don't get me started.
Don't get started. And tell me this, what about Brexiteers?
Wonderful, wonderful. We must all agree. These problems with the truckers, the problems with the supermarkets, nothing to do with Brexit. That's why they've got nothing on the shelves in France, in Australia, in America. Nothing to do with it. Stop blaming Brexit. Only an idiot would blame Brexit for our problems today. Nothing to do with Brexit. The best thing we did was tell them to...
I don't know. I don't agree with you. You see, I think Brexit's cost us 250 billion quid with nothing to show for it.
Well, I thought you were a smart man.
I am.
Go now. You've disappointed.
No, I'm just telling you. You know, you maybe didn't realise that you've been watched from the back with Brexit.
Which bit of this don't you understand? You want me to explain?
You've been watched from the back, son. That's the problem.
No. You see, are you university educated?
Well, a little bit, yes.
Down there, smashing windows down there.
No, I don't do any smashing windows. I'm very well behaved.
With a silver spoon in your
No. No, I polished my own silver spoon.
I'm worried you're one of these lefties I'm talking about. I'm not watching you. I've spent all night trying to get through it. I'm not playing your game. If you're one of these lefty silver spoon in the gob types that goes around to universities pretending you're more important than everybody else, I ain't got time for that, Scotty.
Right, well, there we go. Well, we'll put this out to the nation and we'll say dinky-doo to you. That's what it's about. Right, give us a call, guys. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello there, Scotty. It's me.
Hey, who's me?
About 24 years ago.
What's your first name?
My name is James.
James, lovely to have you with us.
See, 24 years ago, when you were on the radio, I phoned you up about my grandfather's bird coming on to me in the kitchen.
You did, James, yes. Did you manage to recover?
Well, listen, you gave me a bit of advice. You said, just let your grandfather pass away and you will receive the bird. And I did. And I've had kids. And they've had grandkids now, you know.
How amazing are you, James? That must be 30 years ago.
I'm not amazing. I'm fucking straight.
Oh, you swore. You'll have to go, love. We can't swear. We can't have swearing on the phone end. So there we are. That was that last caller pushing it a bit, I say. Right, what have we got here? And sounds like Mr. Martins has got in. Come on, Scotty. So there we are. Sling your hook. He doesn't know Scottie McClue. There's just spoiled, privileged brats. Nothing to do. All they have to do is to watch Meghan and Harry Scotty. There we are. Everybody thinks they know who that caller was. How interesting. Brexit was and is a disaster. Shut him up, says Susan. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Oh, Mr. Nobody. Mr. Ran Out. Fantastic. Wonderful stuff. There's a lot of things that I disagree with, but I don't know that we should hang people just because they're left wing. That sounds a bit right wing to me. There we go. I'll tell you. But he did make an interesting point, because I would have said left wing meant your ordinary working class people with a sense of decency. But he says that the left wing has changed completely, and it's now university educated people who are trying to push a woke agenda onto the world. How very, very interesting. So there we go. He has just gone. Give us a call, guys, as soon as you possibly can. People say they think they know that last caller there. How very, very interesting. Yes. They think he's actually a famous YouTuber. Wow. Who I did call one night, if it's the same one, and maybe this is just tit for tat, I say. Could be a bit of tit for tat. How very interesting. Now, thank you, Gordon, for these wonderful bits of Glasgow history. I had somebody last night asking on social media about the term shut your giggy. and they said it was offensive. And I had to explain to them that your geggy is not actually your mouth, your gob. It's, you see, gob is a polite word as well, but it's just a very, very old word. So you're telling somebody to shut their gob, as McClue has done on many an occasion. You're not being offensive. Absolutely not. There you are. Mega Chelsea says, you wiped the floor with him that night, Scottie. Absolutely. Are you not live on TikTok tonight, Scottie? No, Aaron, we're live on here on the phone-in, but I might get the TikTokers on for a bit of a chit-chat to come and join us for a bit.